In this example, we need to verify the following identity. The cosine of the quantity x minus y divided by cosine x times sine y equals the cotangent of y plus the tangent of x. Well, in dealing with identities, we always want to work on the more complicated of the two sides. And in this case, I definitely think it's the left-hand side because I have a cosine of a difference. So I am going to start working on the left-hand side. And the first thing I want to do is get rid of this cosine of a difference. So I'm going to need an identity that deals with the cosine of a difference. And here it is. The cosine of the quantity a minus b equals the cosine of a times the cosine of b plus the sine of a times the sine of b. Well, in our case, instead of a and b, I have x and y. So wherever you see an a, you're going to put an x, and wherever you see a b, you're going to put a y. So the cosine of x minus y is cosine x cosine y plus the sine of x times the sine of y. All divided by the cosine of x times the sine of y. Please be careful at this step because some students are tempted to reduce this cosine x with this cosine x. Notice cosine x is not a factor of my whole numerator. So I can't reduce these two cosine x's. I also can't reduce this sine y with this sine y. So what's the next step? Take a look at what we're trying to prove. We're trying to prove this mess is equal to two separate terms. Right now, I have one combined term. But when you have a fraction combined over a common denominator, remember you can break it up by dividing the denominator into each term in the numerator. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to have cosine x times cosine y, all divided by my denominator of cosine x sine y, plus the second term in the numerator, sine x times sine y, all divided by my denominator of cosine x times sine y. So now I have my two separate terms and nice things start to happen because cosine x is a factor of my numerator and my denominator here. So I can reduce my cosine x's and it will give me cosine y divided by sine y plus, does anything reduce in my second term? Yes. The sine of y will reduce, and I will get left with the sine of x divided by the cosine of x. This looks very promising because there are a couple more identities that you should have memorized by now, given here. And so, what is the cosine of y divided by the sine of y using this identity? It is the cotangent of y plus what is the sine of x divided by the cosine of x using this identity. It is the tangent of x. And is that what we were trying to prove? Yes, that equals our right-hand side. So I have verified this identity.